what we're going to do a comparison story of a person, an individual person that has the same problem as what the Watchtower and Tract Society has when it comes to lying. Now, I'm going to comment throughout this interview, and I hope that the Jehovah's Witnesses that are listening can see that this is the same problem that they're dealing with following the governing body, the Watchtower and Tract Society, and the elders and leaders within their organisation. Let's go.
The woman who pretended to have cancer and to this day still won't tell the truth that she knew she didn't. Her struggle with terminal brain cancer won the sympathy of hundreds of thousands of followers on social media here and overseas, which she then parlayed into a nice little earner, a wellness app, a cookbook, and celebrity appearances. But well before she became famous, Belle established a habit of astonishing...
Let me just say that the Watchtower and Tract Society is a billion-dollar corporation.
Fabrications involving myriad serious medical conditions, seemingly designed to gain maximum sympathy. You won't believe the diseases she's had. I mean, 2009 was a really bad year for you, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. You had 3 heart operations, you suffered 2 cardiac arrests, you died twice on the operating table, you had a stroke, and you were diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumour and given 4 months to live.
Correct. And
all that happened.
I still have the heart condition, and I was supposed to have surgery for that.
You were supposed to have surgery.
And I didn't.
And why did you tell people that you had 3 surgeries?
At the time, I think going back, I was late teens, and I was going through a lot of emotional trauma and a lot of abuse at the time.
Now, the Watchtower and Tract Society of the Jehovah's Witnesses told them that the Lord would come back prior to 1913. Then 1914, the world was supposed to end and Armageddon was supposed to start. Then, just to cut a long story short, they went to 1925, then they went to 1935, they even went to 1975, and when that didn't work, they just went back and settled with 1914. So they went back to their original lie.
What sort of abuse?
Someone who was really prominent during my childhood was stalking me.
Now, don't you think for 1 minute, you members of the Jehovah's Witnesses, that the organisation isn't stalking you. They're watching every move you make.
At the time, Belle was living in Perth and was a frequent contributor to an online skateboarding forum. But instead of chatting about skateboarding, Belle was telling her friends an elaborate fairy tale, supposedly from her hospital bed, in not 1, but 3 admissions for life-saving heart surgery. Were you in hospital at the time that you were posting these?
No.
I mean, you go into extraordinary details. I had surgery about 7 hours ago. The doctor comes in and tells me the draining failed and I went into cardiac arrest and died for just under 3 minutes. I had the most intense bruising from the paddles when they electrocuted me back to consciousness. Minus the wires and constant throwing up of blood. Anyway, the procedure failed and I died.
Lies.
See, I haven't read back through all of that, but I also think when you're young and have gone through this...
Now just see how she said she hadn't read back through all of that. This is what's been happening with the old publications of the Watchtower Societies and Tract Societies publications. So what they did in the end, they decided to start to destroy them. But she hasn't been quick enough here. This one's been caught.
Situation I had just gone through, you are melodramatic. I don't have...
Melodramatic now? I mean, they're straight out lies. You weren't in hospital. You're claiming you were. You claimed you died twice. You didn't. You claimed you had 2 cardiac arrests. You didn't. That's not melodramatic. That's straight out lying.
It is.
Extraordinary lies. And if you lie about that and you go to those extraordinary lengths to create the story around that lie, how can we believe anything you say now?
And this is what's happening to the Watchtower and Tract Society. This is what's happening to the Jehovah's Witnesses. They are so blatantly deceived. For anybody that does 5 minutes of critical research can see they're so blatantly deceived. And they just will not give in. Look at this girl.
Tara, I have lost everything and I'm not here to regain it.
Now, she hadn't lost everything at all, so she's gone into a bit of delusion here.
But when you hit rock bottom, there is only an opportunity to be honest and to heal and to apologise. And I'm here to do that. There is no reason for me to lie, and it's not something I want to be doing either.
And that's what I don't understand about the Watchtower and Track Society. What reason do they have to lie? I know what reason they have to lie. Billions and billions of dollars in assets.
You can only wonder if Belle was seduced by the sympathy her heart surgery deception won her. But whatever the reason, her next claim of terminal brain cancer came a month later in 2009.
And I think that's an interesting point. I think the Watchtower Society's been seduced by its own power. And it's put its organisation before its people. It doesn't seem like that on the surface, but that's the reality of it.
While today Belle accepts she doesn't have a brain tumour, she maintains that up until earlier this year, she thought she did, because her so-called doctor, Mark Johns, tricked her into believing so.
And that's what the Watchtower Society did with their latest video not long back about 1975. They're not taking any accountability for what they said. They're saying that it was the foolishness of the people to believe what they said, which is abandonment towards their people, really.
Why he would, or if he even exists, are still mysteries.
I know the question is, why did I not initially go and get a brain scan?
Exactly. But curiously, at this point in the interview, Belle makes a stunning admission. She says as far back as 2010, she was having her own doubts about her tumour.
So I didn't know whether I was getting work.
And you know what? Many of you Jehovah's Witnesses are having terrible doubts about your beliefs. And take note of that. Check it out. Do your research. You'll find that there's something holding you down, which is called a lie or a pack of lies, and you need not be suffering this way.
I didn't know if I was getting better. I didn't know if it was the same. I thought that it was important to go and seek a scan and be confident in where I stood.
I don't mean to be crass about
Research.
it. Also the fact that despite being given a 4-month deadline, you're still alive.
Do your Bible study, research.
An indicator to you that you didn't have brain cancer?
It wasn't an indicator. I went to the Alfred Hospital and I contacted Mark and I said to him, I'm not sure where things are at, so I want to go and get a brain scan.
And you've got to do research outside your organisation, because your organisation's got you deluded.
Where the scan from the Alfred would be, but then passed on to him, so we could also consult on it.
Right. So what did the brain scan show?
He brought in scans and it showed a brain tumour. But that wasn't my scan, because most recently I went back to the Alfred and I got my full portfolio from them. And I did get that brain scan, but there is no brain tumour there.
Okay, so what date was that, Belle? When did you go to the Alfred?
I will be able to give you this information.
Well, we've already asked for background information. We've asked for all your medical records and your medical history. You haven't given us any dates. You haven't given us any brain scans. You haven't given us any MRIs. You haven't given us any...
Do you know what? This is where the Watchtower Society's up to. This is where the Jehovah's Witnesses are up to. You go down to them at the carts. Charles Taze Russell was a liar. Rutherford took over the organisation through a coup. 1914 is not real. 1925 wasn't real. 1935 wasn't real. 1975 wasn't real. Your blood doctrine's wrong. You've got people dying by the thousands because of it. You're shunning people. I mean, these people are standing out there at these carts and they're having to listen to this because of the organisation that they're in. And I don't think a lot of people want to be out there anymore.
Tissue tests, you haven't given us anything.
I wasn't explicitly asked for any of that, but I have it.
Well, really?
Of course I do. The producers I've been working with are aware of my health position. I wasn't...
Belle, please. I mean, either you're interested in getting to the bottom of this and presenting the facts as they are, the facts.
Do you know what? Jehovah's Witnesses don't want to get to the bottom of their organisation. And it's very, very, very infuriating, because they're living in an ignorant form of denial that's not only harming themselves, but it's encouraging other people to be harmed as well. And like this interviewer, people are just fed up with it.
Well, you're not, okay?
It was in 2010 that I went to the Alfred initially.
Mm-hmm. Do you know who you saw then?
No, I don't, but again, I have that information.
After our interview, Belle finally did hand over a few medical records, but you have to wonder why, because this one is damning.
And the Watchtower Tract Society publications are damning, because all their lies and their ill-begotten doctrines are locked up in them. So anybody with some common sense would know that's the reason why they're destroying them. And that's the reason why they've only got a certain amount of the past on the internet so that it cannot be traced. They don't want anybody to see their deceptions.
It shows, yes, she did visit the Alfred Hospital in Melbourne, and yes, she did have a brain scan, but she didn't go because she thought she had brain cancer, and curiously, she didn't even mention she had brain cancer. She went because she was now convinced she had multiple sclerosis. The scan revealed she didn't have MS, but most importantly, it also showed there was no sign of a brain tumour. It was actually 2011, and a neurologist...
And I think if you study the Bible properly, you'll find that there's no sign that Jesus come back in 1914. There's no sign that the governing body is the faithful and discreet slave.
In a 40-minute face-to-face consultation tells Belle her brain scans are normal. We've also checked with medical professionals who say even if Belle was complaining about MS symptoms only, the MRI would have revealed any tumours in her brain. That 40-minute consultation with the neurologist proves that even if Belle thought at one time she had a brain tumour, she definitely knew in 2011 that she didn't.
You can save years and years of your life by doing a 40-minute critical research session on the internet about some of the doctrines of the Jehovah's Witnesses and find out the truth within 40 minutes.
That's 2 years before she sold her sob story to the world.
Why waste years?
Instagram, before she developed the whole pantry app, and before she wrote the book claiming she was healing herself naturally from a malignant tumour. Belle Gibson was never a cancer survivor. What she is a fraud. Do you believe you have...
And that's what the Watchtower Society is.
It's been suggested that perhaps you have Munchausen syndrome or
Yeah.
a factitious disorder. Do you accept that perhaps you do?
I don't accept that because I don't feel that I do. And with Munchausen's, it's a disorder where...
See, deception's not something that you feel. Deception's based on facts. Unless you get to the bottom of the facts like this reporter has, as an individual person of the Watchtower Society organisation, you are just not going to get to the bottom of what really is haunting you.
You create these syndromes and you believe it and you cause physical pain for that to be believed. And I'm not doing that, and I didn't do that.
Belle's profile and business flourished from 2013, all on the back of her terrible lies.
And don't you worry, the Watchtower and Track Society flourished at different parts of this century as well, but they're in a massive decline at the moment. There's panic.
Belle Gibson is a mother, a businesswoman, and she's also living with brain cancer.
She knew she wasn't sick.
For a person living with brain cancer, you look incredibly healthy.
So what did she do next?
The whole pantry was born through Belle's own battle with brain cancer.
In 2014, she sought out another quack. And guess what? He told her the cancer she knew she didn't have had spread.
It was 5 years ago I was diagnosed with terminal cancer.
Belle couldn't wait to share the awful news with her followers.
With frustration and ache in my heart, it hurts me to find space tonight to let you all know, with love and strength, that I've been diagnosed with a 3rd and 4th cancer.
Now, I'm not trying to make fun of Belle Gibson at all. I feel sorry for Belle, and I'm sure she's gone through a terrible time because of this. But at what point do you honestly come to the point where you get down on your hands and knees and go, I have to change. I need serious help here. I need to be able to stop this force that's driving me to lie.
Belle says her new health guru told her the cancer was now in her blood, spleen, brain, uterus and liver. Unlike Mark Johns, this man does exist, but when we spoke to him, he denied giving Belle such devastating news because he's not qualified to diagnose cancer. He's saying he never ever told you that you had cancer throughout your body.
Mm-hmm.
Did he ever say that to you?
He did.
So he's lying, you're not lying.
I'm not lying. He definitely
They
told me
never
that
take
my
accountability.
relative was still
Yeah, Dr. Jason Morrison, theologist again. I just want to say thank you for watching the videos, and I hope you got plenty of self-rediscovery and freedom out of it. If you watched it on YouTube, please share or like, maybe even comment. If you watched it on Facebook, like, comment, share. But most of all, get out and live. This isn't a rehearsal. You've got a one-off life. Don't let your loyalty and your faithfulness blind you to the life that you should be experiencing. Till the next video, thank you for watching, and bye for now.